Hey guys, Jcc2224 here, doing another contribution to the Zub Collection Club. And if you don't know what this is a thing going on in the toy community started by Zubby, a very great toy crafting channel with a lot of cool craft videos, Marvel Legends videos, just cool toys in general. I really do like this Zub Collection Club thing. It's a very fun way to interact in the community, and I figured this month I would show off a Transformers collection, since the last Zub Collection Club I did was for a Clone Trooper collection. And one thing I've been wanting to do is show off all of my hot rods. Unfortunately, I do not have a G1 hot rod or a Rodimus Prime quite yet. It'll probably be the next G1 figure I purchase, but I figured right now I'll show you my hot rods and Rodimus Primes that I currently have in my collection. I don't have the new Modern Masterpiece either, which I'm not sure if I'll end up getting that. I'm actually pretty happy with the older Masterpiece hot rod. But we'll take a look at these figures individually, and I'll just give you my brief opinions on them. Starting off small, we have the Heroes of Cybertron, Rodimus Prime, which is kind of right after he transforms from Hot Rod to Rodimus, because he's got the finger, and he's saying, "This is the end of the road, Galvatron!" I love that line so much. It's so goofy, and I love having it immortalized in plastic. A very simple figure. It's just kind of like a PVC figure. It's all covered in paint. The entire surface is painted. Nice little details on it. You can see it's looking pretty good for the size. And I got it pretty cheap from my boy Swage at the last Ohio Toy Show. And what can I say, except it's a nice little boy. There is literally nothing to say about this besides it is from the 30th anniversary minifigure line. It's Hot Rod, and it looks like this. This titanium hot rod looks pretty good at first, but then you realize how goofy he looks. He just kind of looks funny. I don't know why. It's probably just his small size. This was actually a thrift store find. I got it at a Goodwill, which was one of the only Goodwill purchases I ever made, because Goodwill doesn't really stock cool things. I like it. It's nice. It's a little metallic figure. All of the torso you can see is made out of metal. The legs as well are metal, which is cool. Robot Heroes Hot Rod is totally goofy, totally dumb looking, but I love it. Look at his neck. What's wrong with his neck? Look at how his neck is just jutting forward. Oh, Optimus, give me the Matrix. Give me. Look at that neck. What is wrong with his neck? You can turn his. Can you turn his head? No, you can't turn his head, so his neck is just permanently like that. He's also squatting, which doesn't help. He's squatting. Let's just move on, please. Little Creon Hot Rod. He's a nice little thing. I like Hot Rod. I like Rodimus Prime. Did you know that? He's a pretty cool character. I don't really think I've talked about the character yet. I believe he's really misunderstood. A lot of people don't like him because, oh no, he killed Optimus Prime. Hot Rod is the worst Autobot leader ever. He should have just never existed in the first place. I kind of have this bad habit of liking a lot of characters that a lot of people don't. I like Commander Fox from Star Wars. I like Hot Rod from Transformers. I like Angelo Sapper from Gundam. I don't know why. I'm just kind of appealed. I'm just kind of drawn to some of the, I guess, less popular characters. Hot Rod's my favorite, so I guess that shows you he's my favorite Autobot. Cool little figurine here. He does kind of transform. You can sort of see some parts that would make a car, but why would you ever do that? Just don't with these. Keep them in their little Lego minifigure knockoff forms, and you're all set. Moving on to some proper toys, here is the Revoltech Hot Rod. This thing is very clicky and very nice to pose, very nice to play with. He smells like smoke because I got him from the flea market, and apparently the previous owner was a smoker, so that's cool. Very, very cool thing. I like that you can just pose around this hot rod. He's kind of like an action master, but evolved to not suck. I do enjoy this thing. It's just nice to pose around. I like the clickiness of it. I don't like the neck, though. The neck is kind of goofy if you just look at that. I mean, what's going on with that head? The whole head in general just looks really weird. Next, this is the last hot rod I'm showing that does not transform. It's the Hero Mashers hot rod. It looks really funny. I am a little confused. It's kind of goofy. The gimmick of this line is that you pop off the parts, and you pop off the parts like that, And if you saw my Transformers review for the clone Arc 170, I was talking about how I don't like these clips because if one side breaks, then it's entirely useless. So I don't mash these things because I can see these breaking quite regularly, so I just kind of keep them as little Action Master figures. I'm not sure if I can say this one is cool. This is the Reveal the Shield Hot Rod, which is a repaint of the original Classics Hot Rod. Now, arguably, the original Classics Hot Rod has a better deco, and I would honestly agree. This thing has some QC issues, I just recently learned, thanks to my boy Comic Figure Blog. This figure just regularly cannot keep its limbs on. Apparently the Classics is just fine, but the Reveal the Shield... Oh, excuse me, that's a little burp there. The Reveal the Shield's arms don't really stay on, especially on transformation. When I try to transform this thing, the arm will never stay on during transformation. Vehicle mode's nice, though. I'm not going to show the vehicle mode here. I'm just kind of going over the collection of what I have instead of what they are. But articulation's a little lacking. It could have been way better. And thankfully, they kind of did make better ones. The next effort by Hasbro for a Classics Hot Rod is the recent Titans Return Hot Rod. And he's a headmaster. Look at that. You can pop off his head, and his head is a person. Look at that. His head is a person. I believe it's based off of his Target Master, but that was his Target Master. Why would his Target Master be his Headmaster? Anyways, the sculpt is nice on the head. I think the head looks nice. He's got these pretty weird looking shoulders, but what can you do? Overall, he's pretty decent looking. I do enjoy the sculpt overall. Besides those pretty large arms, I think this is one of the better hot rods. His legs are a little problematic. He's not the most durable thing. But that's nothing that a little glue won't fix. For the hips, at least. The knees are pinned, so those are screwed. But there he is. The most recent effort for a Classics Hot Rod or Rodimus is the Power of the Primes Leader Class. And I know a lot of people say, oh, if you only get one Leader Class from Power of the Primes, make it Optimus. I would honestly say make it Optimus, just because the Optimus is really cool. But Hot Rod is just as good, if not a little less flawed than Optimus. Hot Rod's flaws, or Rodimus Prime's flaws, the major flaws are pretty much just, oh, his shoulders are kind of weird. Oh, his hands are just right there. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the only flaws with this thing. He does have the little Hot Rod inside, and I actually kind of want to show you that too, so just to compare to the other Hot Rods that... Hey, even the Hot Rod that forms the chest of this Rodimus is way better than the other Hasbro ones. Transformation from Rodimus chest to Hot Rod is pretty quick, and I gotta say, the proportions on this are very nice. I know a lot of people say he's kind of slender in the arms, but it actually makes him look very human in proportion, and I really like that. He's probably one of the most nicely proportioned Transformers I've seen in a while. He does have a little bit of kibble. You can see he's got some flaps by his arms there, and he's got the windscreen hanging off his butt. But other than that, if you compare him, say, to the Titans Return one, the most recent effort that was already an individually released deluxe, yeah, no competition. I think that is way better. Might as well just get this one out of the way. This is the Last Night Deluxe Hot Rod, and oh my god, this design for Hot Rod is terrible. I don't know what they were thinking. The alt mode is cool. I don't know why he's black. I guess Michael Bay, I remember he said, oh, I don't like red Transformers because red is hard to film, so I'm going to make everybody who is supposed to be red, black, and silver, and black, and silver. Yeah, black and silver, that's the thing they like doing with the movies, huh? Actually, he's not even red at all. It's actually supposed to be orange, but this figure has red instead. Head sculpt, that is just his face. You may think, oh, is that like his underbite right there? No, that little flap right there, that thing right there, that's his little mouth. That's his little creepy mouth. It's so weird looking, man. So weird. Why couldn't they just make him look more human like Drift? So weird, dude. And he's French, too. Like, this is, excluding name, this is a completely different character. He doesn't act like Hot Rod. He's not like the next leader of the Autobots or anything. He's just Hot Rod by name. Neat figure. Retool of AoE Lockdown. Doesn't really look too CGI accurate, but didn't come with any guns either. I'm just using the guns from Takara Nightbird, and I want to say Leader Class Combiner Wars Megatron. I believe those are the guns I'm using. Yeah, let's move on. Animated Hot Rod is my favorite thrift store find. It is my favorite animated figure. It is my favorite Hot Rod. It is just my favorite. I think this figure looks awesome. I love that his head sculpt even looks like Judd Nelson. I think his head even looks like Judd Nelson, the actor, the voice actor for G1 and Animated Hot Rod. It's just such a cool figure, this Rodimus. It's very kibble-less. You can see the back is very nice and streamlined. No real car parts just hanging off of him. Super articulated. Unfortunately, I didn't get any accessories with mine since I got it for $2 at the thrift store. But still very, very good. Transformation is a dream. This is the Hot Rod to get for me. It is just the Hot Rod I would recommend to anybody. Finally, we will be talking about the old Toys R Us exclusive Masterpiece Hot Rod. This figure is flawed. It is very flawed. But I still like it. I still like it quite a bit. And this figure satisfies me enough to... I don't feel the need to get the new Masterpiece. I don't really transform this thing because the transformation's a nightmare. You can see I accidentally have a little stress mark on that hinge from trying to transform this thing. It's a bit of a nightmare to transform, but hey, it's got a cool feature where the visor can actually flip up on him. That's really cool. And also, this is the Hot Rod mode, and you can actually flip his head. Look at that. You just kind of get that tucked in properly. And now he's Rodimus Prime. That is so cool. I think that feature is amazing. This is a very nicely proportioned figure. All down it, you can see the proportion is just really nice. The legs are nice and streamlined, if not a bit fragile with the panels. He's got die-cast feet, which are attracting dust like a magnet. Dust is so terrible. I'm so sorry. I like this thing. I like it a lot. I don't want to touch it ever, besides doing that head swap gimmick. But it's good. I like it. Is it my favorite? No, that's animated. But this is certainly a winner. So there you go, guys. There is my Hot Rod and Rodimus Prime collection. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at it. And I hope you too, Zubby, enjoyed taking a look at my next contribution to the Zub Collection Club. A very nice little group of figures that we got here. I would say the best is animated, for sure. Animated is by far the best. And the worst when it comes to the transforming figures is the Reveal the Shield. That is just a mess. So, I hope you enjoyed taking a look. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my social medias if you have a chance. Links are down in the description below. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next Zub Collection Club!